Hey, good morning. It's Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. It's the day after the mayoral election, and Olivia Chow won. No surprise there. But I want to talk about what this is such a good topic related to real estate because it's about anything is possible. A quick recap for the viewers that are not from Toronto or Ontario, and just a quick political recap of what's happened. I'm not a political person, but it's just an example when you think about if you want to get into real estate. Anything's possible. Olivia Chow, very humble beginnings, immigrant, family. So the mayoral history of Toronto and political history of Ontario is pretty interesting. A story about anything can happen. The mayor before her was John Terry. He was a very, he was a good mayor. He was the mayor during the pandemic, and then I liked him. Then he left under a dark cloud. Whatever. But the mayor before him was Rob Ford, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it was Rob Ford. Yeah, right. Rob Ford. Rob Ford became famous for not even being not even famous only in Canada. He was famous like in North America, if not around the world. I think he was on Jimmy Kimmel. When Rob Ford was mayor, I was in Dominican Republic on vacation in the winter waiting for a shuttle bus to go to the beach. And I was talking to the dad that was there with his family waiting for the bus too. And when I told him I was from Toronto, this is Dominican Republic, okay? When I told him I was from Toronto, he said, "What's up with your mayor?" And I was like, "Oh shit, really?" Okay, so um, Rob Ford's the mayor. Simple beginnings, a Etobicoke kid, um, and then his brother, Doug Ford, ends up becoming the premier of Ontario. Now, I don't know much about these guys other than from what I've heard, but I used to work with a dude that went to high school with them both. And they had a really, really shady past, according to this dude and other things. And during Rob Ford's reign as mayor here, the shit that he did and that was recorded, it was like a gong show. Sadly, he passed away, I believe from cancer. And uh, but kid with no fancy background, he ends up being the mayor of Toronto. His brother, no fancy background. They had money, though. I think they had printing business. They still do have a printing business. And uh, his brother's the premier of Ontario. That's like a big deal. And then lastly, Donald Trump, the president of these United States, was the president of these United States. And it was one of those like, that can't happen. How could this happen? But it did. And it may happen again. Yeah, it may happen again. A president that's been indicted. Dog. Door. Be quiet. Anyways, so going back to my whole point of anything is possible. So one of the, I have there's like a good top 10 conversations I've ever had in my life that have stuck with me. And one of the conversations I had was when I had broken up with my fiance at the time and I canceled the wedding. Yes, I canceled a wedding. Best thing I ever did, the hardest thing I ever did, and it totally knocked me for a loop. But then I met my wife to be, and I never forget sitting on a patio near one of those advertising bars. We're sitting on the rooftop patio with a good friend of mine, and I was just beside myself. Like, I just broke up, high school sweetheart, canceled a wedding, had a nervous breakdown, and I was saying to him, like, this girl's like this, my wife to be, and I was just telling my friend, I said, I don't know, man. she's just way out of my league, like way, way out of my league. And he said something to me that always stuck. And he said, you know what, Artie, why not you? And I was like, what? And he goes, oh, yeah, why not? Why not you? You go for it. Like, what's the worst gonna happen? Nothing. But why not you? So, which brings me back to these folks. Olivia Chow, why not her? Rob Ford, why not him? Doug Ford, why not him? Trump. Well, there's actually a bunch of reasons why not Trump. But it all happened. Now, I don't want to give you examples of, there's some in that mix. You don't have to be a jerk or, somebody with questionable morals to succeed in life, but sometimes they do. And when people talk to me about getting into real estate, that's what the first thing that pops into my head, and they're insecure about it. And, they bring up all these excuses, and I just kind of go, I say, why not you? And when I got into it, why not me? I had no friends in it, no family, no mentor. There was no YouTube. All I had was some books that I kind of barely read. And I just did it. And even when I got into Airbnb, I had no idea what the fuck Airbnb was, or short-term rental, or how to be a host. None. When I bought this place, they said, yeah, they didn't call it Airbnb back then. It was vacation homes, and Airbnb wasn't a big deal in Canada. But I did it. I made some mistakes, but I did it. And I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad I made those mistakes. And I look back and I go, yeah, why not me? Right? And sorry. Why not you? Just don't make the mistakes, man. Woman, binary, whatever. Don't let yourself get in the way. And you'd be surprised at the people that have succeeded in real estate or in business, and you look at their stories and you go, and a lot of it, a lot of it isn't really planned. A lot of it's accident. I watch all these documentaries and read these stories about all these people that started things, and some of it's accidental. Well, I'm sorry, a lot of it's accidental. I rarely hear somebody sitting down and writing out a whole gigantic business plan. There's some places that do that, and they do succeed. But a lot of places write out all these plans, and they also fail. So anyways, if you want to get into real estate, all I'm saying is, why not you? That's all I got.